ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮತ್ತು ಈ Biocon Limited ದ 45ನೇಯ annual general meeting ಗೆ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome all the members to the 45th annual general meeting of the company. This meeting is being held through video conference in accordance with the circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI. The proceedings of the meeting shall be deemed to have been conducted at the registered office of the company in compliance with law. Before we initiate the AGM proceedings, let me introduce my fellow directors who have joined us through video conference and some of who are with me on the dais. Mr. Siddharth Mittal, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer. Mr. M. Damodaran, Lead Independent Director and represents the Audit Committee and Risk Management Committees. Ms. Naina Lal Kidwai, Independent Director and Chairperson, Nomination and Remuneration Committee and CSR and ESG Committee. Ms. Rekha Mehrotra Menon, Independent Director. Mr. Peter Baines, Independent Director. Professor Ravi Mazumdar, Non-Executive Director and Chairperson, Stakeholders Relationship Committee. Mr. Eric Mazumdar, Non-Executive Director. Mr. Indranil Sen, Chief Financial Officer, and Mr. Mayank Verma, Company Secretary. Due to prior engagement, Mr. Bobby Kanulbhai Pari, Independent Director and Chairperson, Audit Committee and Risk Management Committee, is not able to attend this meeting. Mr. Vijay Kumar Kuchru has completed his tenure with the company as an independent director with effect from July 27, 2023. I would like to place on record our deep appreciation and gratitude to him for his extensive contribution and stewardship. Apart from our directors, we also have Messrs. BSR and Company LLP, statutory auditors, and Messrs. V. Sridharan and Associates, secretarial auditors and scrutinizer for this AGM, who have joined this meeting from their respective locations. Participation of members through video conference is being reckoned as for the purpose of quorum as per the circular issued by the MCA and Section 103 of the Companies Act 2013. As the requisite quorum is present for the annual general meeting, I call this meeting to order. Notice of the 45th annual general meeting, addendum to the notice, and the annual report for FY 22-23 were sent through email to all the members whose email IDs are registered with the company or the depository participants in compliance with the MCA and SEBI circulars. As the AGM notice is already circulated to the members, I take the same as read. Today, there are 5 resolutions proposed to be passed as set out in the notice and addendum to the notice of AGM. The company has taken all necessary steps required as per the provisions of the Companies Act 2013 and the circulars issued by MCA to enable the members to participate and vote on the resolutions as set forth in the notice. Members who have not cast their vote through remote voting and who are participating in this meeting will have the opportunity to cast their votes through the InstaPoll facility provided by KFin Technologies Limited, registrar and share transfer agents. I now call upon our Company Secretary Mayank Verma to provide general instructions to the members regarding participation in this meeting and on casting of votes through the e-voting facility.
Thank you, Chairperson. Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome all the board members and the shareholders to the 45th annual general meeting of the company. The members may note that this meeting is being held through video conference in compliance with the Companies Act 2013 and circular issued by Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Facility to join this meeting through video conference is being made available to the member on the first come first served basis. All the members are kept on mute to enable seamless conduct of the meeting. The statutory auditors The statutory registers and documents have been made available electronically for inspection by the members during the AGM. Members who wish to seek inspection of such documents can write back to the company secretary. As the AGM is being held through video conference, the facility for appointment of proxy by the members was not applicable, and hence the proxy register for the inspection is not available. The company has received requests from few members to register them as a speaker at the meeting. Accordingly, the floor will be open for these members to ask questions or express their views. The moderator will facilitate this session once the chairperson opens the floor for Q&A. It may be noted that the company reserves the right to restrict the number of members asking the questions depending on the availability of time at the meeting. Now let me summarize 5 resolutions placed before today's meeting and seeking members' approval as set out in the notice and addendum to the notice of the annual general meeting. The first 3 resolutions pertain to ordinary business, which are adoption of standalone and consolidated financial statements for the year ended March 31st, 2023, and the reports of the Board of Directors and Auditors thereon. Appointment of Professor Ravi Majumdar, who retires by rotation and being eligible seeks reappointment as a director. To declare a final dividend of Rs 1.5 per equity share for the financial year ended March 31st, 2023. Resolution 4 and 5 are special business. Resolution 4 is towards the ratification of payment of remuneration to the cost auditors of the company for the financial year 23-24. The resolution number 5 is towards the appointment of Ms. Rekha Mehrotra Menon as an independent director of the company. The text of the resolutions along with the equity statement is being provided in the notice and addendum to the notice circulated to the members. In compliance with the MCA circular, the items of special businesses in this AGM notice are considered unavoidable and hence are proposed for approval for the members. In compliance with the provisions of Companies Act and SEBI regulation, the company has arranged for e-voting facility for all the members holding shares in the company as on the cutoff date of August 4, 2023 through KFIN Technologies Limited and on all the resolutions proposed at today's meeting. The remote e-voting period commenced on Sunday, August 6, 2023 at 9 a.m. and ended yesterday at 5 p.m. Members who have joined us today for this AGM through video conferencing facility and who have not cast their vote during the remote e-voting period can still cast their vote on all the resolutions as set out in the AGM notice through the InstaPoll facility provided by KFIN Technologies. Members may click on the thumb button below the screen to cast their vote on all the resolutions. Mr. V. Sridharan, Practicing Company Secretary, has been appointed by the board as a scrutinizer for the e-voting process. Upon submission of the report by the scrutinizer, the results of e-voting and the InstaPoll will be intimated to the stock exchange within 2 working days from the conclusion of this AGM and will be made available on the website of the company and on the website of KFIN Technologies Limited. Statutory auditors Messrs. BSR and Co. LLP and secretarial auditors Messrs. B. Sridharan and Associates have expressed unqualified opinion on their respective reports for the financial year FY 22-23. The statutory auditor's report on the standalone financial statements and consolidated financial statements are made available on page number 273 and 347 of the annual report respectively. The statutory auditor's report is available on page number 205 of the annual report. As the auditor reports are already circulated to the members as a part of annual report, we take the report as read. Now I request Kiran to address the members.
Thank you, Mayank, and dear shareholders. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you once again to the 45th Annual General Meeting of Biocon Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say that you have invested in a company that is making a huge impact on global health through its unwavering focus on enabling affordable access to life-saving medicines for some of the most debilitating diseases in the world. Our generics, biosimilars, and novel biologics for cancer and diabetes are not just saving lives, they are addressing serious global threats that can undermine the social, economic, and cultural stability of nations. Cancer accounts for nearly 10 million or 1 in 6 deaths every year. It strikes without prejudice, affecting people of all ages, races, and socio-economic backgrounds. India is projected to report 2.08 million cancer cases in 2040, a jump of almost 60% over 2020. Cancer not only imposes a huge financial strain on families trying to cope with treatment costs, but it stretches national healthcare systems and depletes the workforce, leading to economic instability. Deaths and years of potential productive life lost from cancer is estimated to have resulted in a GDP loss of 11 billion USD or dollars, or 0.4% of India's GDP in 2020. This loss is projected to increase to between 36 to 40 billion dollars by 2030. Biocon is leveraging the power of science, collaboration, and determination to change this trajectory of cancer both in India and countries across the globe. Our affordable, high-quality biosimilar trastuzumab, a targeted therapy for an aggressive form of breast and gastric cancers, has brought down treatment costs to a tenth, I repeat, a tenth of what it was in India, and thus enabled access to this life-saving drug for thousands of patients not only in India but across the world. This product enjoys the unique distinction of being the first biosimilar trastuzumab to be approved in the world in 2013, as well as the first biosimilar trastuzumab to be approved by the US FDA in 2017. Our commercialized biosimilars such as trastuzumab, pegfilgrastim, and bevacizumab, as well as those that are under development, position us uniquely to provide a broad range of treatment options for cancer patients worldwide. The immunosuppressants in our generics portfolio are also benefiting cancer patients, as well as those with autoimmune diseases and people who have undergone organ transplants. Coming to diabetes. Diabetes has emerged as a global pandemic and one of the major challenges to human health in the 21st century. With just under 500 million people living with diabetes worldwide currently, and this number projected to rise to 700 million by 2045, this disease isn't just a health concern, but it's a socio-economic time bomb. India has over 100 million people with diabetes and 136 million with pre-diabetes. The huge diabetes burden is expected to cost the country an estimated $2.6 trillion in lost GDP. Insulin is the bedrock of diabetes treatment. It turns a deadly disease into a manageable one for 9 million people with type 1 diabetes, and for more than 60 million people living with type 2 diabetes. Insulin is essential in reducing the risk of kidney failure, blindness, and limb amputation. However, 1 out of every 2 people needing insulin does not get it because of a number of factors, including high prices. Biocon's biosimilar insulins are addressing this access gap. Through our proprietary Pichia Pastoris platform, we have been able to disrupt the insulins market globally. In fact, we are one of 3 insulin producers globally to have a differentiated technology and number 4 in the world in terms of insulin's manufacturing capacity. As a result, millions of people with diabetes in both advanced and emerging economies are benefiting from our affordable human insulin and biosimilar insulin glargine and aspart. Our insulin glargine received a historic US approval in 2021 as the world's first interchangeable biosimilar product, which is a testament to our scientific excellence and robust quality. Our generics portfolio also includes several products for diabetes and other metabolic disorders. Our philosophy of unconditional equity has led us to invest over $1 billion over the last 20 years in building dedicated lab-to-market capabilities for biosimilars and generics. Our commitment to ensuring that 1 in 5 diabetes patients and 1 in 5 cancer patients globally can access our biosimilars and generics have led us to take bolder steps. It has led us to successfully complete the transformational approximately $3 billion acquisition of our long-term partner Viatris's global biosimilars business. This acquisition has made us one of the largest biologics company in India and amongst the largest in the world. The increased scale, scope, and global nature of our biosimilars business will help us establish ourselves as a global leader in biosimilars and maximize value for all our shareholders. Moreover, direct commercial presence in many global markets will allow Biocon Biologics to devise more sustainable and targeted strategies to make our biosimilars accessible to the maximum number of patients and healthcare providers. Now coming to our ESG. Our philosophy of ensuring unconditional health equity resonates with our environmental, social and governance or ESG aspirations. We have aligned our business purpose to address the needs of patients, people and the planet. We are casting a lifeline of hope to millions of patients and their families across the world by bringing down the cost of essential medicines. Over the past year, our biosimilars served 5.7 million patients across the world. Of these, 2.1 million patients were in India alone. Underpinning our health equity initiatives is our commitment to creating a diverse, equitable, and inclusive workplace for our people. Women today comprise 23% of the group's workforce. The importance of preserving our planet for future generations have led us to actively work towards reducing our carbon footprint and transitioning to renewable energy. In FY23, 71% of the energy consumption in our India operations was from green power sources such as solar and wind energy. Coming to our financial performance, we closed an eventful FY23 on the combined business and sustainability fronts. Biocon's consolidated revenue for the year increased 38% year-on-year to rupees 11,550 crores or approximately $1.4 billion. Half of this came from the biosimilars business, which reported revenues of rupees 5,584 crores or $680 million. The over 60% growth in biosimilars revenue was on account of the consolidation of Viatris's revenues post the acquisition in Q4 and strong performance in the underlying business. Research services delivered a better than expected 23% revenue growth to 3,193 crores or approximately $390 million, aided by a strong uptick in biomanufacturing services. The generics business revenue was up 13% to rupees 2,637 crores or approximately $320 million. EBITDA grew by 32% to 2,888 crores or $350 million, with EBITDA margins at a very healthy 25%. Net profit before exceptional items reached 787 crores or $96 million, a 9% increase from the previous year. Our resilient performance and strategic progress have led Biocon's board to recommend a final dividend of rupees 1.50 per share at the rate of 30% of the face value of the share for FY23. All our business segments are well positioned for growth in FY24. Having ended FY23 on a $1 billion revenue trajectory, The biosimilars business is set to leverage key growth drivers to build on this strong foundation in FY24 and beyond. Healthy demand for its services, including commercial manufacturing of biologics, will spur Syngene's growth. The generics business expects mid-teens growth in the current financial year on the back of portfolio expansion, capacity enhancement, geographic expansion, and strategic partnerships. Establishing clear pathways for exciting new growth inflections in each of our businesses will help us to continue addressing global healthcare needs with passion and compassion. Today, we have gathered with a shared purpose to explore the boundless potential of investing in a company that is not only enabling access to life-saving medicines, but is also aligned to the evolving global healthcare paradigm. As investors and shareholders, you have the privilege of being part of a transformative narrative. A narrative that holds the promise of not only impressive returns, but also a legacy of positive change. Today, I urge you to recognize the power of our collective investment in this company. We are not just funding growth, we are investing in a future where accessible healthcare is not a luxury but a fundamental right. Thank you all for your continued trust in us, and let us together embark on this transformative path of ethical value creation. Namaskar.
Thanks, Kiran. Dear members, before we proceed with the questions and answer session, we would request you to kindly take few notes of few points. Moderator will announce the name of each members who have registered themselves as a speaker shareholder. Kindly unmute yourself before you proceed to ask your question. Each member will have 2 to 3 minutes of time to ask his queries. Hence keep your questions brief and specific. I will request moderator to please facilitate the question and answer session. Moderator.
Thank you, sir. We have some speakers who have registered as speakers for this AGM. The first registered speaker is Mr. K. Sadananda Shastri. May I request Mr. K. Sadananda Shastri to unmute yourself, switch on your camera and speak, please.
Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes.
you are audible, sir. You can proceed with your question, please.
Are you seeing me?
No, your video is not on, sir. Can you switch on your video, please?
Uh, 1 minute. Now?
Please continue to speak, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon. I am Sadananda Shastri from Bangalore. My number 11702201. Chairperson, madam, I will go according to your report only and none other than that. Not to embarrass, I have minimized my set of questions this time. First of all, I thank you and your AGM team, especially Anukita Jain, for having taken care of shareholders to attend this AGM. I also wish to convey my condolences. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
I also wish to convey my condolences to Mr. John Shah, who was my close friend also. In page number 6 of the report, you have given a good growth of performance and figures for which I thank you. Page number 10, I am happy to congratulate you for having been honored with the Florida Lifetime Achievement Award 2022 for excellence in science and technology. I am proud also for you have brought many awards and rewards for the company. Page number 96, financial highlights. Very steady growth is shown in the graph, but in page 97, few like profit, etc. distorted, which needs nursing. Page number 119, patent across the group. In this aspect, company has segregated Biocon Limited and Biologics, whether the company consider Biologics as a department, wing, group, subsidiary, or associate. Page 144. To extract renewable energy, company has established a solar plant fixing panels to the ground at Raichur. Does it not wastage of land? Can company not find any other devices to put the land for best use utilization and put the panels to rooftop system? Company's efforts of 17 wind turbine not made available to see in the report. Can we see in the next year report? Page number 182, board's report. Share of loss of joint venture being continued with the diminishing balance. How long it continues to wipe it off? Exceptional item of 28,628 million, positive in standalone, but negative in consolidated. And likewise, profit for the year in the same manner with a negative growth, whether it is due to accumulated loss of subsidiaries and also many subsidiaries still running loss, that especially biosimilar UK with 3,247 million, whether loss-making units are viable or not. Page number 188. More than dividend, why the company has not transferred any amount to reserves? Because strong reserve speaks about the company's stability. Page number 360. Lastly, the balance sheet. Trade receivables have gone up and credit impairment and overaged 35 million may hurdle for the profit growth. What necessary company takes for its recovery? Equity capital continued undisturbed and other equities are in sound position. Why not the company convert it to capital by declaring bonus shares to reduce borrowings of 1,52,905 million and other liabilities and increase finance cost? Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Clear?
Mr. K. Sadananda
Physical.
Shastri
Thank you.
Garu. We will move on to the next registered speaker.
Moderator, please hold on.
Let's answer. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Sadanand Shastri, for all your comments and appreciation of various positive aspects of the business. I would like to basically, turn to my colleague, Mr. Siddharth Mittal, to answer a lot of your financial queries. But suffice to say that I want you to know that the company is in a very strong growth phase. You know that we have made a very large acquisition to project and promote ourselves as one of the largest and leading biosimilars companies globally. And this, of course, has necessitated, the company to make a large commitment to certain investment needs for, supporting such an acquisition. This is a transformational acquisition, and you'll be very happy to know that we just announced this quarter's financials, which clearly shows that we have not only doubled our revenue growth for Biocon Biologics, but even at a group level, we have increased our revenue growth by almost 60%. And not just that, we are now gaining very, very credible market share in one of the leading markets in the world, which is the US, for many of our biosimilars, where one of them has already become the brand leader, and many others are now becoming very, very significant products in these markets. So, apart from saving lives, we are also beginning to establish a very strong brand presence for Biocon. And I think in the years ahead, you will see that this investment will really give us very rich returns. That is the way we are really investing in our future. And I hope you understand that the way we have basically calibrated even the dividend is keeping this in mind, that we will need to invest in R&D and growth. Thank you.
And let me address few of your other questions. Good afternoon, Mr. Shastri. So I think you mentioned about the businesses growing in the fiscal 23, but the profits are reducing. So we are also increased our investment in R&D, which is very, very important, as Kiran mentioned, for our future growth. And that has had an impact on our profits. But when you look at the overall core margin, we have grown very, very healthy in FY23 compared to the previous year. The Biocon Biologics is a subsidiary company and treated as a subsidiary in the consolidated financials. You made a comment on the solar power. Let me just draw your attention to the fact that where these panels have been set up, it's 86 acres of land. We are not going to get that much of rooftop area to put the panels, and of course the developers and our partners who commissions these panels look at the non-agricultural land or non-usable land to commission the panels. So it's not eating into any productive land bank of the country. The wind energy definitely consumes lesser space, but we do have many wind investments in the wind turbines as well. But the energy generation for wind is seasonal, so we also need to depend on solar to have a consistent round the year energy supply. The loss of JV, which is resulting from reducing our stake in Bicara over the last 12 months, we are down to 38% stake in Bicara, down from almost 85-88% at the beginning of the fiscal year. And this has happened as Bicara has raised additional funds to invest into its development pipeline for its lead molecule. Uh, Dividend and couple of other things. I think you did give some suggestions on transfer to reserves. We will look into it. And the last point on the AR increase has been in line with the business. As you can see, we have had a very healthy growth, and in line with the growth, we have had an increase in AR. The equity, of course, remains the same because we have 120 crore shares of 5 rupees each. That's the equity which is there. And on the debt side, I think I'll address it separately. Over a period of last fiscal, we have taken steps to reduce our debt, and we are continuing to be in discussions with private equity to further reduce the debt in this fiscal year. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Can I call the next speaker, please? Yeah, next speaker is Mr. Kaushik Narendra Shaukar from Mumbai. May I request Mr. Kaushik to unmute yourself, switch on your camera and speak, please?
Yeah, am I audible, sir?
Yeah,
Yes.
you are audible, sir. You can proceed with your question, please.
Yeah. I'm visible also, right?
Yes, go ahead.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I am honored to have the opportunity to address you all today and would like to express my gratitude to the Board of Directors for allowing me this chance once again. First off, I salute the Board of Directors for continuing VC mode of meeting, thereby allowing pan-India participation. Sir, request you to continue this trend. I am a satisfied shareholder of our company, and I must commend the management for the remarkable efforts in creating wealth of the shareholders. However, I like to raise a couple of concerns. I hope I'm audible, ma'am.
Yes, yes, you are.
Yeah, thank you. My primary concern pertains to utilization of savings on account of virtual mode of meeting. I believe it would be prudent and fair to allocate a portion of these funds to the welfare of the shareholders, more particularly among speaker shareholders who actively participate in the AGM as speakers. Considering their valuable contribution and active involvement in the meeting, it would be gestured to distribute a small memento among them on occasion of important festivals. Ma'am, can you provide me the breakup on part of expenses on account of physical meeting and on account of virtual meeting, if possible? I humbly request the Board of Directors to consider my proposal and explore the possibility of implementing the gesture of gratitude and appreciation By doing so, I firmly believe that it will reinforce the positive rapport between the company and the stakeholders and contribute to the overall well-being of the corporate family. My next concern is, does company manufacture any medicines for preventing any skin rashes, urinary infection? Does the company also manufacture any oncology products? If yes, can I get the name of these drugs? My next concern is, could you share the insights into company's current pharmaceutical product pipeline and upcoming product launches? How is the company fostering innovation in research and development to stay competitive in the industry? My last concern is that the company has been hesitant in supporting individuals in needs, including myself. I have shared my credentials in the past and follow up consistently, but my request has not been considered. Madam, I refer to your assurance you are made last year and a couple of years back also. Shouldn't aiding differently abled individuals be part of safer activity? I have appealed for your support in certification work, including Form 15CB. Your assistance would mean a lot to me. If I can't get help from reputable company like Biocon, then whom can I turn to? I am resending my credential after a meeting in the hopes of receiving justice and proactive consideration for desired help and support. Madam, uh, uh, your assurance seeks support from last couple of years, but it has not resulted into any support. I want to clarify that I am not seeking handouts or free money nor a sympathy. I value my independence and self-reliance as a chartered accountant myself, and I hope you can understand my and respect my desire to maintain that independence. Thank you for considering the request. I firmly believe that with your support, I can make significant contribution to our organization and have a positive impact on our society. I eagerly await your response and sincerely appreciate the time and attention you have given me today. Additionally, I request the support from the auditors to assist me in this matter as a professional brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate all the comments that you made and the suggestions you made. First and foremost, I want to, comment that in terms of the annual general meeting that we hold both either physically or by video conferencing, I think you must understand that the cost of technology is also very, very expensive. So I really don't think there is a huge saving that we can actually distribute to any participating shareholder. But we deeply appreciate that this video conferencing mode allows many more shareholders to attend this AGM, especially people like you who don't live in Bangalore. So I'm sure you appreciate that aspect. Secondly, in terms of our research pipeline and the products that we make for all these diseases that you just mentioned, I would really encourage you to read our annual general report, which actually tells you about the kind of pipeline we're developing, our capabilities in R&D. As you know, no other company from India has been able to develop biosimilar medicines which are available in the US and European markets, and that speaks very highly about our science, our research, and our quality. So I hope you understand that you have invested in a very quality focused company, a high science company that is making a big difference to global healthcare. As far as your own requests are concerned, as you know, it is very difficult for us to address individual requirements, but we can certainly tell you that if you need any of our medicines, please reach out to us and we'll be happy to help you with giving you some support. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. We will go to the next speaker. Next registered speaker is Celestine Elizabeth Mascarenas. May I request Celestine Elizabeth Mascarenas to unmute yourself, switch on your camera and speak, please. Celestine Elizabeth Mascarenas. Uh, as there is no response from Celestine, we will move on to the next speaker, Santosh Kumar Saraf from Kolkata. May I request Mr. Santosh Kumar Saraf to unmute yourself, switch on your camera and speak, please. Mr. Santosh Kumar Saraf.
हाँ, जस्ट अ मिनट सर। अभी आपने मेरे को ये दिया है ना अनम्यूट करने के लिए।
हाँ जी सर, हाँ जी।
1 मिनट वेट कर लीजिए सर, मैं वीडियो पे ऑन कर लेता हूँ जरा सा। प्लीज सर, आपका सिस्टम बहुत कड़ा सिस्टम है। 1 मिनट वेट कर लीजिए प्लीज। हाँ, हो गया। हाँ, श्रीमान अध्यक्षा, श्रीमान अध्यक्षा, हाँ, श्रीमान अध्यक्षा जी, उपस्थित निदेशक मंडल के सदस्यगण, अधिकारीगण, कर्मचारीगण, जो आज हम वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस थ्रू प्रेजेंट है, मैं संतोष कुमार साहब कलकत्ता से आप सभी को नमस्कार करता हूँ। आशा करता हूँ आप अच्छे स्वास्थ्य होंगे। मैडम, सबसे पहले तो मैं अपनी श्रद्धांजलि देता हूँ जॉन शाह को, जो लास्ट मीटिंग के बाद में नहीं रहे। शायद अक्टूबर 24 के आसपास उनका देवासान हो गया। काफी कम उम्र में, 73 की उम्र कोई ज्यादा नहीं होती है। मैं उनको अपनी श्रद्धांजलि देता हूँ और आपसे के लिए साहस की आपसे भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूँ वो इस समय में आपको हिम्मत दे और साहस दे, क्योंकि कई दुख आपने सहे हैं। आपकी माता जी का भी देवासान हो गया था और अब उनका भी गया, तो आप अकेली पड़ गई अब इस समय। मतलब हिसाब से ऐसे तो बहुत अच्छा, मैं आपके हिम्मत देता हूँ, भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूँ आपके मन को शांति और हिम्मत दे, क्योंकि आपकी लीडरशिप हमारी बायकॉन कंपनी काफी अच्छी चल रही है। क्योंकि आपने जिस हिसाब से बायकॉन को जिस जगह से जहाँ पहुंचाया है, ये असंभव रहेगा। ये एकदम हम लोग दिल में बैठा हुआ है सर। इसके बारे में मैडम मैं क्या कहूँ। और आपने डिविडेंड भी इस बार काफी अच्छा दिया मैडम, है बहुत अच्छा डिविडेंड दिया, इसके लिए मैं आपको धन्यवाद देता हूँ मैडम। मैडम, न्यू प्रोडक्ट आपने क्या चाहा तो आपने बताया, लेकिन मैं ध्यान नहीं दिया। न्यू प्रोडक्ट अभी बाजार आपने क्या निकाले हैं और अभी फ्यूचर में इसी ग्रोथ को कायम रखने के लिए क्या आप स्टेप ले रहे हैं, इसके बारे में जरूर बताइएगा मैडम। एक मैडम, ये रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी जो है वो कितनी परसेंटेज अपनी टोटल एनर्जी में अभी यूज हो रही है, इसके बारे में अगर हो तो बताइएगा मैडम। एक मैडम, 96 97 करीब 30 साल से कुछ डिस्प्यूट केस काफी पेंडिंग है। तो मैं चाहूंगा आप अपने लीगल टीम को बोलिए कि वो इसको देखे क्या कारण इतने साल से डिस्प्यूट केस पेंडिंग है। कई बार गवर्नमेंट की स्कीम निकलती है सेटलमेंट के लिए, तो ऐसी स्कीम में अगर हो अपने डिस्प्यूट केस कम हो जाए तो काफी है, इसके बारे में विचार करिएगा मैडम। और एक मैडम, आपको मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, आपके यहाँ अभी प्रेजेंट में 20% फीमेल एम्प्लॉई हैं, तो इसको बढ़ाइए। क्यों, अगर देश को तीसरी महाशक्ति बनाना है तो फीमेल के एम्पावरमेंट करना है। आप अपने को देखिए ना, आप तो एम्पावरमेंट है बोला आज कंपनी कहाँ से कहाँ बढ़ गई। तो उनको बहनों को भी मौका देंगे तो हमारी और भी ग्रोथ होगी, समाज की भी ग्रोथ होगी, देश की भी ग्रोथ होगी और हम तीसरी महाशक्ति बनने में बहुत जल्दी कदम उठाएंगे मैडम। मैं ज़्यादा समय नहीं लूँगा क्योंकि आपके लीडरशिप में काफ़ी कुछ अच्छा किया है, तो हमको प्रश्न करने में भी कुछ शर्म आती है कि क्या प्रश्न करें आपसे। तो बस यही रिक्वेस्ट आपसे, अगले साल अगर बीसी मीटिंग करते हुए हैं तो बहुत अच्छा है। अगर मान लीजिए कोई कारण से फिजिकल मीटिंग करते हैं मजबूरी में, तो एक ऑप्शन रखिए, जैसे आप तो रही है इसमें इन्फोसिस में कि साथ में बीसी मीटिंग भी कर सकते हैं। तो मैं चाहूंगा कि फिजिकल मीटिंग के साथ में एक ऑप्शन रखिए बीसी मीटिंग का, जिससे जो बाहर वाले शेयर होल्डर है हमारे जैसे एज वाले, वो आपके प्रति, अपने कर्मचारियों के प्रति, जो अपने फैक्ट्री में काम कर रहे हैं उनके प्रति अपनी भावना प्रकट कर सके। और मैं आपके माध्यम से उन कर्मचारियों को भी कहता हूँ, आप बहुत अच्छा काम करें, इसलिए हमारी कंपनी आगे बढ़ रही है। इसी तरह आप काम करिए और हम आपका गुणगान करें और आप हमें अच्छा रिजल्ट दीजिएगा और मैनेजमेंट भी आपको देखेगा, ये मेरे को पूर्ण विश्वास है। ज़्यादा समय न लेते हुए 2023-24 फाइनेंशियल ईयर की आपके परिवारों को शुभकामना देता हूँ और भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूँ, भगवान 2023-24 सभी के लिए हेल्दी, वेल्दी और प्रॉस्पेरिटी के साथ व्यतीत हो। और कार्बी के प्लेटफॉर्म को मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ, काफ़ी अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है। कभी-कभी ट्रबल आती है लेकिन इस समय बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रहा है। नमस्कार।
नमस्कार सराफ जी, आपने जो मेरे पति और मेरी माता जी के बारे में जो आपने कहा है, मैं बहुत ही ह्यूमिलिटी से मैं एक्सेप्ट करती हूँ। आपने ठीक कहा है कि मैं बहुत अकेली हो गई हूँ उनके बिना, लेकिन हिम्मत से मैं ये सब काम कर रही हूँ आप लोगों के लिए। और मुझे अविश्वास है कि हमारी कंपनी बहुत ही बढ़ेगी। और आपने जो कहा वीसी के बारे में, वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग के बारे में, मैं भी आपसे मैं मानती हूँ कि इससे बहुत फायदा है और हम करते रहेंगे ये वीसी। और दूसरा प्रश्न आपने मुझे पूछा है कि रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी में हम कितना इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं। हमने कहा है कि 70% से ज्यादा भी अभी हम रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी की हम लोग उपयोग कर रहे हैं। और आपने मुझे पूछा है कि हमारा रिसर्च से कितना प्रोडक्ट्स हम कर रहे हैं। हम काफी प्रोडक्ट्स डेवलप कर रहे हैं इंडिया और दुनिया के लिए। और हमारे सब प्रोडक्ट्स बहुत ही फायदा हो रहे हैं पेशेंट्स को दुनिया भर। तो आपकी जो दुआ से हम बहुत ही मेहनत करके हमारी कंपनी को हम आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
Thank you, madam. We will move on to the next speaker, Mr. Mukesh V. Ajmera from Bangalore. May I request Mr. Mukesh V. Ajmera to unmute yourself and speak, please?
Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes.
you are audible, sir. You can proceed with your question, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. Mrs. Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, Sri Damodaran, Mrs. Nanalal Kidwai, Sri Ravibai Mazumdar, Siddharth Mittal, and Mayank, all other board of directors. I'm delighted to join this meeting through VC, though it would have been nice if it was personal meeting, but keeping in mind the all India speakers, this is the best option that has happened thanks to Corona. I also express the same feelings, Mrs. Kiran, as the previous speaker, Mr. Santosh Kumar Saraf, about the loss of your husband, who was a very good human being, an excellent friendly person. He had a very good, pleasant demeanor, and he had even offered to take me to Scotland sometime. Unfortunately, that would not happen now. Though it is a personal loss to you, including your mother's, perhaps if you can get some solace, you can consider some of us shareholders as also an extended family of yours, besides the huge family that you have in Biocon and Syngin. One small request is for such meetings, it would be nice if the shareholders can also chat amongst each other, which some other companies are doing. Perhaps this K-FinTech is not allowing. In fact, they're not even allowing who all the participants are. So if that can be done in physical meetings, we could meet and exchange notes and contacts with each other. If this can be done here, it'll be all the more better. The company is doing excellent. I would like to also know, Mrs. Kiran, if you can enumerate all the awards, accolades, and recognitions you have received in your lifetime, along with Biocons and Syngens, and publish it somewhere. Of course, definitely next AGM, but even otherwise, send it to the shareholders. It will be a great, proud thing for us. One of the things I would like to consider the company is how come though it is not in our hands or your hands, how come the shares of Biocon are not doing so well? There is a proverb in Hindi which says, "Baap se beta savaya," and if we consider Biocon to be the mother and Syngin to be the daughter, माँ से बेटी सवाई निकली in terms of shareholder value, share value at least. So, this is a mystery for quite a few years as to such a lovely company, such a globally recognized company, and even as an Indian company, it's a force to reckon with. And still the shares are not doing so well. it really beats me, and I'm sure a lot of other shareholders. So if this mystery and myth can be busted by somebody, it'll be great, and it can join the uh, uh, progress of share value along with Syngin. Madam, I would like to, though it may or may not be suitable here, but indirectly it could be for any company. There are a lot of shareholders across the country, uh, and also many, and otherwise, as you know, the Prime Minister is talking and proposing ease of living in 75th year of Indian independence. But despite that, the difficulty of living still exists, especially for investors. People do not get their own money. That is, you probably know, 2 lakh crores of Indian public money is now parked with the government, and they cannot claim it. Unfortunately, people like me, I'm also a victim of one such company for the last 23 years since my mother passed away. My shares are not getting transmitted, though it is not possible to enumerate everything here. It would be nice if large groups like yours, large companies like yours, you have an excellent reputation in the country, with the government, with everybody. So companies like yours, like-minded, who have empathy, sympathy for shareholders who have lost their dividends and shares, if something can be done to eliminate the redundant 100-year-old British legacy, British hegemony of rules and regulations which are still being followed in 75th year of independence. This is a large thing that needs to be done. It's a shame on our country that people can't access their own money or their own parents' money. There's no big mystery about it, but something needs to be done, and we individuals cannot do much. I have a lot of inputs about this. If somebody can get together, I can contribute a lot. This is just a small thought. I hope you can please consider this as part of ESG or a social, uh, service towards the shareholders at large, lakhs of them across the country for thousands of companies. Thank you very much. Wish you all the best for everybody, and hope our company does much better in years to come and keeps crossing milestones year after year.
Thank you, Mukesh bhai. Yes, I look forward to meeting you in the physical form of the AGM. But as you very rightly said, I think the video conferencing method allows more people to participate across the country. So I'm sure you can understand that. Also, thank you for your kind sentiments about my husband and my mother. Like I mentioned to the previous speaker, Mr. Saraf, it is a very, very huge loss for me. It's something which has devastated me, unbearable, but I have to go on. Both my mother and my late husband said to me that you must have the strength to continue to do what you want and what you have to do for yourself and the country. So I will continue to do what I have to. In terms of all the awards and recognitions that you mentioned, please visit our website. It has listed all the awards and recognitions that I have received and the company has received. So it is all listed there. Secondly, I think as far as the Biocon shares are concerned, I have no doubt that these shares will do well in the coming years. I think people have to understand that the company is growing very rapidly. I think people have actually need to understand what we are doing. We are on a growth path. We have just said that we have seen the strongest ever revenue growth that the company has delivered this quarter and beyond. And I think you will see that the growth path that we are on is going to create a global company of global repute with a global reach, where we are going to be saving lives across the world. I think that's our mission. And we are continuing to do that, where brand Biocon will be a very, very significant brand the world over. That's why we have acquired the business from Viatris, and we are determined to ensure that we realize our mission of basically making sure that 1 in 5 people who need our medicines will use it around the world. So if that is our mission, then you know that we will always be very successful, because our mission is very noble. Our mission is very empathetic with people who don't have access to medicines, because our mission is about affordable access. So I'm sure with shareholders like you who have believed in us, who have supported us, and who have remained with us, we will make you proud. And finally, I think in terms of your request to us for your ease of living, issues, I would request all shareholders to come together and make this request, because the government is amenable to listening to such problems, and I'm sure they will solve it if you have a collective effort. Thank you very much, Mukesh Bhai.
Thank you, madam. We will go to the next speaker, Harjit Kaur. May I request Harjit Kaur to unmute yourself and switch on your camera and speak, please.
Hello, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, yes. Thank you, Mr. Kaur. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much to giving me this chance to speak with you. This is the first year. शायद मैडम ये हमारा पहला साल है जिस साल हमारा शेयर का प्राइस जो है 190 रुपीज़ का लो टच किया है और आज 255 पे ट्रेड कर रहा है। ये मुझे बताते हुए काफ़ी आप लोगों को भी एक सूचना बतानी बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हम 45th एजीएम में मिल रहे हैं और मैं मिस्टर मयंक वर्मा जी का और अनुप्रिया जी जैन जी का भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूँ और मॉडरेटर का जिन्होंने मुझे आपसे जुड़ने का मौका दिया। जहाँ तक मैडम मैं देख रहा हूँ कि इस साल हमने कंसोलिडेटेड रेवेन्यू जो है 501 मिलियन जो है 38% की ग्रोथ के साथ रेवेन्यू जनरेट किया है, जिसके मार्जिन भी 25% हैं। लेकिन हमारी ईपीएस जो है वो 3 रुपीज़ 90 पैसे ही है और उसको हमने डिविडेंड दिया है 1 रुपीज़ 50 पैसा 30% की रेट के हिसाब से। आई थिंक कि प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी जो है वो हमारी बहुत ही कम निकल के आ रही है, ये मैं समझ नहीं पा रहा हूँ। दूसरी चीज़ मैडम ये है कि हमारे 16,500 एम्प्लॉयज़ हैं, उसमें इस साल हमने कुछ ज़्यादा हाई जो एम्प्लॉयज़ जो हैं वो भी नहीं जोड़े हैं। 120 कंट्रीज़ के अंदर हमारे प्रोडक्ट्स चल रहे हैं। उसके बाद जहाँ तक टॉप 15 कंपनीज के अंदर हमारा नाम आता है, उसके बावजूद भी अगर हम शेयर होल्डर को शेयर होल्डर अपनी इन्वेस्टमेंट के ऊपर सिर्फ और सिर्फ प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी सोचता है साल के अंदर कि हमको अपनी इन्वेस्टमेंट के ऊपर प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी कैसे मिलेगी। बट मैडम मैं अगर पिछले 10 साल पहले का बायोग्राफिकल ग्राफ देखता हूँ तो मैं ये देख रहा हूँ कि सिर्फ ग्रोथ मैनेजमेंट अपनी कर रही है बजाय कि शेयर होल्डर की ग्रोथ होने की। आप पेज नंबर 212 पर देखेंगे कि आपने इस फाइनेंशियल ईयर के अंदर भी 22% का ग्रोथ लिया है, जो कि 48 एम्प्लॉयज़ के अकॉर्डिंगली बहुत ज़्यादा हाइक है। और अगर आप सिद्धार्थ मित्तल जी जो हमारे एमडी हैं, इनको भी अपने 76 एम्प्लॉयज़ के अगेंस्ट में इतना 48 मिलियन हम पे आउट कर रहे हैं। आप सोचिए कि इतना बड़ा पे आउट की ज़रूरत ही क्या, क्योंकि आप तो पहले ही प्रमोटर ग्रुप के हैं और 60% का स्टेक तो आपके पास ही है। जितना डिविडेंड आप डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेंगे उतना जो डिविडेंड है वो आपके पास भी जाएगा ही। और इतने बड़ी हाइक के ऊपर आप लोग वर्क कर रहे हैं। आप खुद सोचिए कि जो प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी है 49 मिलियन की थी, लास्ट ईयर हम 48 मिलियन की लॉस के ऊपर खड़े थे और 1 मिलियन का प्रॉफिट आपने शो किया है। उसके बावजूद अगर हम अदर इनकम इसका मेन रीजन देखिए, अदर इनकम जो थी 2019 के अंदर 1444 मिलियन थी, जो कि 2023 के अंदर 3759 मिलियन है, जो पेज नंबर में साफ साफ मैडम मेंशन कर रखी है। यानी कि 300 टाइम्स की ग्रोथ हुई है हमारी अदर इनकम के अंदर। जहां तक हम अपनी ईपीएस देखते हैं तो पेज नंबर आप देखेंगे कि 7 रुपीज 65 पैसा से घट के 3 रुपीज 88 पैसा आई है। इसका मेजर कारण को समझिए कि हम ऐसा क्यों कर पा रहे हैं। हमारी 26 सब्सिडीज चला रहे हैं हम, उन 26 सब्सिडीज को अलग अलग जगह चलाने की बजाय और उनके एक्सपेंशन और खर्चों को अलग अलग जगह हम अपने पास खर्च कर रहे हैं। उसको हम अपनी एक ही कंपनी बायोकॉन के अंदर ही मर्ज क्यों नहीं कर लेते हैं, या उसको जितना कंसोलिडेट हो सकता है उतना कंसोलिडेट क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं, ताकि उसका बेनिफिट बायोकॉन के शेयर होल्डर्स को मिले। अगर हम अपने पेज नंबर देखेंगे कि पेज नंबर 266 के ऊपर हमने हमारी 6 करोड़ की कैपिटल है, इसमें स्मॉल इन्वेस्टर सिर्फ 23 लाख शेयर होल्डर स्मॉल इन्वेस्टर है, टोटल 4%। और अगर मिडिल क्लास इन्वेस्टर देखेंगे तो वो भी 4% की सर्च पे ही है। और लार्ज कैपिटल देखेंगे तो 5.5 करोड़ की इक्विटी, 92% का स्टेक जो है वो लार्ज इन्वेस्टर है आपका। और आप किस तरीके से शेयर होल्डर के बारे में सोच रही हैं। जहां तक पेज नंबर 199 के ऊपर देखेंगी, एम्प्लॉय जो हमने ग्रांटेड किए हैं, मेरे को ये पेज समझ ही नहीं आ रहा कि 15,000 से 75,000 रुपये हमने जो ग्रांट किया है वो क्या चीज ग्रांट की है अपने एम्प्लॉयज को। अमाउंट किया है, मिलियंस में किया है, थाउजेंड्स में किया है, शेयर्स में किया है। आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड दैट ऑन द पेज नंबर 199 एंड द पेज नंबर 182 नॉन कंट्रोलिंग इंटरेस्ट। मैडम ये हमारा 1232 से सीधा 1803 मिलियन 50% का चेंज आ गया है इस फाइनेंशियल ईयर के अंदर। या ऐसा किस चीज पे इतना बड़ा हमें इंटरेस्ट मिला है जिसके ऊपर हमें 50% की ग्रोथ मिल गई है। और क्या ये जब हम ये नॉन कंट्रोलिंग है तो अगले फाइनेंशियल ईयर के अंदर ये बैलेंस शीट को कितना बड़ा ये इम्पैक्ट देगा, इसके ऊपर आपने देखा। जहां तक कंप्रिहेंसिव इनकम की बात करते हैं हम, कंप्रिहेंसिव इनकम भी 967 मिलियन से बढ़ के 1138 मिलियन हो गई है। मैडम हर जगह से प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी झलक रही है, लेकिन शेयर होल्डर को देने के लिए 1.5 रुपए। आप खुद सोचिए मैडम कर क्या रही हैं आप। एनुअल जनरल मीटिंग कर रही हैं और एनुअल रिपोर्ट के अंदर आपने क्या, मैं समझ नहीं पा रहा। जितने स्पीकर शेयर होल्डर भी बात कर रहे हैं वो आपकी तारीफों के पुल बांध रहे हैं। अगर हम अपनी आप पिछले 10 साल पहले की बैलेंस शीट उठा के देखिए कि मित्तल जी का कितना रेवेन्यू आप उनको देते थे पे आउट, और आज की डेट में हम उनको 48 मिलियन मैडम प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी जो लास्ट ईयर का लॉस था उसके अकॉर्डिंगली हम उनको पे आउट कर रहे हैं। और उसके बावजूद भी हम उनको 13.46 13.5% का हाइक दे रहे हैं इस ईयर भी, और 76 एम्प्लॉयज की रेशो में पे आउट कर रहे हैं। मैडम खुद सोचिए कि क्या कर रहे हैं। पेज नंबर 156 पे आप देखिए CSR एक्टिविटी के अंदर हमने हेल्थ केयर के अंदर 1,11,000 मेंबर्स को बेनिफिट किया है, और उसके लिए आपने 6 स्टेट चुनी है। लेकिन दिल्ली जैसी मेन स्टेट के अंदर हमने कोई बेनिफिशियरी देखी ही नहीं है। बायोकॉन कंपनी की हमने कहीं पे जो CSR एक्टिविटी होती है, अगर आप कहीं पे दिल्ली में खर्च करते हैं तो दिल्ली के शेयर होल्डर्स को कोई इन्वॉल्व क्यों नहीं करते। जब आप हेल्थ केयर के ऊपर पैसा खर्च करते हैं, हमने तो किसी गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल में किसी जगह पे आपका कोई ऐसा इनिशिएटिव और एक भी कहीं पे आपका बैनर तक नहीं देखा हमने बायोकॉन का, जहाँ पे आपने 38 मिलियन रुपीज खर्च किए हैं। जहाँ पे आप क्वालिटी ऑफ एजुकेशन पे दिखा रहे हैं 97 मिलियन 1,63,000 पब्लिक के ऊपर आपने खर्च किए हैं 97 मिलियन रुपीज। दिल्ली के अंदर आपने कितने बच्चों पे ये पैसा खर्च किया है क्वालिटी एजुकेशन के ऊपर, और किस रेशनल उसका बेनिफिट शेयर होल्डर ने अगर लेना हो तो कैसे ले सकता है, इसके बारे में आप डिटेल में जरूर बताइए।
May I
जहाँ तक
request the speaker shareholder to
सर
conclude
मुझे आई अंडरस्टैंड दैट कि आई अंडरस्टैंड दैट कि आपको बोला जा रहा है कि आप स्पीकर शेयर होल्डर को दे दो क्योंकि आपके अगेंस्ट की सारी बातें हो रही हैं। मुझे नहीं लग रहा कि आपकी फेवरिज्म की कोई भी बात हो रही
Nahi, sir, we have a list of shareholders. Everyone has to get an
मैडम
opportunity
टाइम
to
की
speak.
मैडम
प्लीज
दिस
बताइए
इज द
और जी आप प्लीज बताइए आपको और कितने प्रॉब्लम्स है, हम सब आपका जवाब देंगे।
मैडम अभी तो काफी सारी हैं, आप इतने का जवाब दे दीजिए डिटेल में, बाकी को मैं मेल भी कर दूंगा, कोई नो प्रॉब्लम, आई हैव नो प्रॉब्लम।
ठीक है,
अभी आप अगर टाइम की लिमिट समझ रहे हैं तो आई हैव नो प्रॉब्लम। अभी आप
ठीक
इतनी सारी बातों का जवाब स्पेसिफिकली दे दीजिए, जितनी बातें मैंने आपसे पूछी हैं इसके बाकी की बातों का जवाब मैं आपसे मेल पे भी ले लूंगा, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
तो आपका सब सवालों के जवाब मैं सिद्धार्थ साहब से मैं उनको ये करती हूँ कि आप प्लीज आपका सवाल के जवाब दे। लेकिन मैं ये कहना चाहती हूँ कि देखिए बायोकॉन एक जो कंपनी है वो काफी इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रही है ग्रोथ के लिए, और काफी इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है ग्लोबल स्केल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में, रिसर्च में। और मैंने कहा है इसके पहले कि देखिए हमारे जो सब एफर्ट्स है ग्लोबल एफर्ट्स है, जो हम ग्रोथ दिखाना चाहते हैं, और ये सब टाइम लगता है। जिस क्षेत्र में हम इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहे हैं वो दूसरे क्षेत्र के बहुत अलग है, और आपको समझना चाहिए कि ये सफलता होने में थोड़ी वक्त लग रही है। लेकिन आप चिंता मत कीजिए, हम लोग बहुत ही मेहनत करके हम जो कर रहे हैं अभी ग्लोबल स्केल होने में, तो आपको जरूर फायदा मिलेगा फ्यूचर में। लेकिन आपके दूसरे जो सवाल है वो सिद्धार्थ मित्तल आपका जवाब देंगे।
तो कौर जी, मैं आपका जो क्वेश्चन था शेयर प्राइस रिलेटेड, मैं पहले उससे स्टार्ट करता हूँ। 10 साल पहले जो हमारा शेयर था वो 45 रुपए का था आज के कंपैरिजन में, क्योंकि उसके बाद हमने 2 बार बोनस दिया है। तो 45 रुपए से आज शेयर 270-260 रुपए का है। आप देख सकते हैं कि 10 साल में 6 टाइम शेयर बढ़ा है। ऑफकोर्स अभी जो शेयर आज वैल्यू है वो कम है जो 1 साल पहले थी, मगर आप देखेंगे कि जो लास्ट ईयर का शेयर प्राइस था उसमें शेयर होल्डर्स को ऑलमोस्ट 8 से 10 टाइम का 10 साल में बेनिफिट हुआ था। जो अर्निंग्स पर शेयर की आपने बात की है, 5 रुपये 44 पैसे का अर्निंग पर शेयर था लास्ट ईयर, जो कि गिर के 3 रुपये 88 पैसा हुआ है। एंड उसका रीजन, जैसे मैंने पहले एक स्पीकर को बोला था कि हमारा इन्वेस्टमेंट R&D में काफी बड़ा है और ये इन्वेस्टमेंट जरूरी है हमारे फ्यूचर ग्रोथ के लिए और कंपनी के ग्रोथ के लिए, तो उसके कारण गिरा है। उसके बावजूद 3 रुपये 88 पैसा के बावजूद हमने डिविडेंड 1.5 रुपए का दिया है, जो कि आप इमेजिन कर सकते हैं ऑलमोस्ट 30-40% का दिया है अर्निंग्स का। ये ऑफ कोर्स हम कैसे इसको अगले सालों में देते हैं, हमारी अर्निंग्स बढ़ने वाली है, हमारे सारे बिजनेसेस ग्रो होंगे एंड हम लोग कंसिडर करेंगे कि कितना हम हमारे शेयर होल्डर्स के साथ शेयर करते हैं डिविडेंड में और कितना हम फ्यूचर ग्रोथ में इन्वेस्ट करते हैं। बिकॉज आपको ये भी जानना जरूरी होगा कि हमारी जो पाइपलाइन है उसके लिए हमारे को नई कैपेसिटीज में इन्वेस्ट करना है और वर्किंग कैपिटल में इन्वेस्ट करना है, तो हम सारा अर्निंग्स शेयर नहीं कर सकते डिविडेंड शेयर होल्डर्स के साथ। आपने दिल्ली का जो एक क्वेश्चन पूछा है, हमारे ऑफ कोर्स प्रोग्राम्स काफी स्टेट्स पे चलते हैं। हम लोग इंडिविजुअल शेयर होल्डर्स को ट्रैक करके वहाँ पे आमंत्रित नहीं कर सकते और काफी सारे जो प्रोग्राम होते हैं पायलट बेसिस पे होते हैं हमारे CSR प्रोग्राम्स, जहाँ पे जो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट हमको इनवाइट करती है, जो सक्सेसफुल मॉडल कोई और स्टेट में है तो आके उसका रेप्लिकेट करने के लिए। एंड दिल्ली ऑफ कोर्स बहुत बड़ा शहर है, वहाँ पे बहुत सारे क्लिनिक्स हैं, तो कौन से क्लिनिक में इसका जो हमारा CSR इलाज प्रोग्राम चला है आप वहाँ नहीं गएंगे, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि वहाँ पे बेनिफिट नहीं हुआ है। हमारी टीम पूरा मॉनिटर करती है प्रोग्रेस एंड उसका जो बेनिफिट रियलाइजेशन होता है उसको अच्छे से ट्रैक करती है। आपका एक क्वेश्चन था रिगार्डिंग इंक्रीज जो सैलरी का प्रोपोर्शन है, तो आप ये देखिए जो हमारी जो रेम्यूनरेशन कमेटी है और जो हमारा पूरा एम्प्लॉइज का जो रेम्यूनरेशन होता है इंक्लूडिंग सीनियर मैनेजमेंट इंक्लूडिंग माई सेल्फ, इट इज सारा जो उसका बेसिस होता है उसका मार्केट सर्वे के बेसिस पे एक बड़ा इंडिपेंडेंट एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव वे में डिटर्मिनेशन होता है। ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई भी पोजीशन को स्टार्टिंग विद किरण हरसेल्फ एंड मी एंड द टीम्स की कहीं पर भी ज्यादा पे किया जाता है। दैट इज व्हाई इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर्स का भी एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होता है देखने के लिए कि जो भी पे हो रहा है सारे एम्प्लॉइज को अक्रॉस द कंपनी उसमें सही लेवल पे है, कोई ज्यादा नहीं कोई कम नहीं। थैंक यू।
Thank you, sir. We will move on to the next speaker, Mr. Om Prakash Kejriwal from Kolkata. May I request Mr. Om Prakash Kejriwal to unmute yourself, switch on your camera and speak, please.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible, sir. You can proceed with your question, please.
Camera is not working. Where is the camera?
It will be there on the now.
Please go ahead with your question.
We can hear you, sir.
ओम प्रकाश जी आप अपना क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हो जी।
हाँ मैं एक सेकंड सर, मैं देख रहा हूँ ये कैसे ऑन होगा। हाँ थैंक यू। मैं ऑडिबल एंड विजिबल हो तो मैं?
Yes sir, you are audible and visible, sir. You can proceed with your question, please.
Good evening, madam ji, and good evening everybody attending this AGM. Myself Om Prakash Kejriwal, your equity shareholder from Kolkata. Thank you, madam ji, for providing me the platform to speak something before you. Thanks to our secretarial department for helping me in registration as a speaker shareholder. Madam ji, this is my first AGM only due to virtual. It is just an opportunity for me to join this AGM sitting in Kolkata. If possible, please follow this virtual AGM in next year also, so that more and more shareholders could join different parts of the world and express their views. Madam Ji, today my dream come true. I am interacting with a iron lady. One was Sri Rahul Ji Bajaj of Bajaj Auto, and second you are. I have full faith in you. You people are doing a lot of work for the betterment of human beings. Thanks a lot for your good work. Ma'am, we are getting more competition in biosimilar. So we are getting less margin, and so our financial position is not so strong. And so we are not performing in share market. Ma'am, when this situation will improve, please share your views. Ma'am, our equity is too big, rupees 600 crore. If there any possibility, please come out with buyback. It is tax efficient, and by this way we can reduce our equity base. Promoter holding is 60.64%. Are you any planning to increase our promoter holding in future? Please share your views. At last, ma'am, please maintain your smile and be cheerful. We are always with you as a long-term investor. Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Om Prakash ji, thank you very much for your very kind words. I want to start by telling you that as far as biosimilars are concerned, we have a very strong leadership position from India, and we are determined to basically build on this as a global leader. Now, when it comes to competition, obviously biosimilars is an area of interest to most companies. As you know, it's been very difficult for many companies to actually develop biosimilars. And you know that at this point in time, we are the only company that is developing biosimilars which are able to enter the advanced markets of US and Europe, because it is very difficult to get such entry into these markets because of the complexity of biosimilars. Having said that, you will also be very happy to know that our biosimilars are making very strong inroads into the US and European markets and establishing a very strong presence in these markets. Today in the US, our pegfilgrastim is the #1 brand in the US, which I think is a matter of great pride for us. We were the first biosimilar pegfilgrastim to be approved in the US, and today we are the #1 pegfilgrastim in the US. Our insulin glargine Semglee is also beginning to get a lot of good market share in the US and also beginning to get market share in Europe. Today we are at over 12% market share in the US. We are also getting new prescriptions which are tracking at 15%. In terms of our biosimilar trastuzumab Ogivri, again, we are at 11% market share in the US, which is extremely commendable compared to the 8% it had last year. So overall, we are doing extremely well. Even in Europe, our adalimumab Julio is basically, having a very strong market share of 18% and 10% in Germany and France. In Canada too, we have a very strong leadership position in biosimilars, and so on and so forth. So whilst there is competition, we also have leadership. And I believe that we, being one of the front runners in biosimilars, we will have to try extra hard to make sure we keep ahead of the curve. So with all the efforts in R&D, in manufacturing, where we have a huge advantage, and now of course after the acquisition that we have made, we have a strong commercial footprint. So we hope to really build global leadership in everything we do. And in terms of all your other suggestions, we will certainly keep them in mind. But thank you very much.
We will go to the next speaker, Mr. Arun Kumar Bopanna from Navi Mumbai. Mr. Arun Kumar Bopanna, please unmute yourself and speak, please. Mr. Arun Kumar Bopanna.
Yeah, coming. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir. May I request the
Yeah.
shareholders to just complete your questions within a 2 minutes time, please?
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. Biocon, founded in 1978, stuck to its roots being a source and a resource with the aim of providing modern medicines to the Indian masses at affordable prices, because India can't wait for affordable medicines. I'm glad about Biocon. And compliments are obtaining regulatory approvals from US FDA and Europe EMA for its biosimilars. That is a critical milestone. My questions: are we planning any new drug delivery systems like pre-filled injectables, transdermal patches, as oral delivery is seen as a problem in some cases? What are new complex molecules, cost-effective alternatives to expensive originator biologics, making treatments more accessible? And what are new collaborations in R&D for research in areas such as oncology and diabetes to enhance our research capabilities and expand our product portfolio? Any new collaboration for the distribution of products worldwide? Which countries give us more revenue? Any advanced therapies in pipeline for diabetes particularly? What is the state of innovative therapies, including novel biologics and small molecules? Development and prospects will change continuously over time. I'm sure Biocon is aware of it. Again, this IEPF and KYC issue, I think the company should take an initiative, appoint somebody, and so that they charge some money and clear the issue with IEPF and KYC. Titan has taken the initiative in Bangalore, so I hope you will get in touch with them and follow the suit. Considering the present momentum, what will be our asset base at the end of the decade? Lastly, tribute to our founder, Biocon. Biocon was built with an enterprising spirit to serve the poor. The dominant position of Biocon is an impressive achievement, a record. It speaks for itself. The accomplishments of the founder and successes are nothing short of being remarkable. In conclusion, no numbers of the past matters. No number in the future will be too big for Biocon. I wish you all the best. All the best in reforming, transforming, and performing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bopanna, for your very thoughtful suggestions and your comments. Just to answer some of your questions, in terms of new drug delivery, I think we have a number of devices. We have, very unique proprietary pens that we use for many of our products, like insulins. We have auto injectors for many of our products. We have pre-filled syringes. So we have a range of devices for many of our drugs that we deliver globally. We also have the same kind of devices for both small molecules and large molecules. We also have a number of formulations that we are developing, which are sustained release. Many of them are now also in the realm of orally derived or delivered peptides. So there's a lot of research going on in all these new drug delivery systems, like you rightly pointed out. In terms of novel molecules, as you know, Biocon is one of the very few Indian companies that have invested in innovation in a big way. As you know, we have two novel molecules which have been developed for the Indian market. One is Biomab for head and neck cancer, which is beginning to do very well. We also have Alzumab, which has been approved for psoriasis, and we're also in partnership with Equilium developing it for other indications like graft versus host disease, for ulcerative colitis, and lupus nephritis. In addition to that, we've also spun off a very, very interesting startup that is developing a bispecific antibody for cancer, head and neck cancer. As you know, this has been very well received by the investors in the US. They have made very good progress in the clinic, and they have a lot of interest in, as a result of the clinical data that they are sharing. So overall, I think we are doing a lot in novel molecules, and our collaborations are ongoing with a number of companies worldwide. So I think as a research-led, science-led company, we will continue to pursue this. And as I said before, I think our mission of making global impact on global healthcare is something that we remain committed to. So thank you for your good wishes.
Thank you, madam. We will go to the next speaker, Mr. Aspi Bamansha Besania from Mumbai. Mr. Aspi, we request you to unmute yourself and speak, please.
Madam, can you see me and hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we are able to see you and hear you, sir.
Yes.
You can proceed with your question, please.
Madam, I'm Aspi from Bombay. At the outset, I offer my condolences on the uh, absolutely big bereavement in your family. Madam, at the again, I welcome Mr. Nicholas, who is a new director. Madam, first quarter standalone interest is 48 crore and consolidated interest is 233 crore. So what are you doing to reduce that interest burden? And about the biosimilar, can you inform when the IPO will come? I would prefer the IPO not to come and to give the shares to the shareholders, just as Mr. Mukesh Ambani gave the shares of Geo Finance to the shareholders of RIL. So same way I would like you to give. Because if you go for an IPO, at least 10% will go in IPO expenses. And now about biosimilar, how is the environment? Is it still a premium or it's become like a generic? And madam, since we have two listed companies, I would request you to take over the RTA functions. So then the shareholders will get a good benefit. Because outside RTAs, they just do things for money. Whereas you can do it only for the shareholder satisfaction. Because others are also complaining about the dividend going to the dividend going away. Thank you very much and all the best for the future.
Thank you, Aspi. Thank you for your suggestions and your comments. I just want to mention that the interest figures that you talked about, a lot of them are charges on account of the acquisition that we have made for buying the biosimilars business from Viatris. In terms of the IPO, certainly we are watching the space. We will do what is necessary, but certainly we will bear some of your comments in mind about shareholders of Biocon. I also wanted to say that as far as biosimilars is concerned, certainly it is still a, a market and a segment that is still very attractive and lucrative. We don't expect as much competition as the generic space has, but at the same time, obviously, when there is a large opportunity, there is a rush towards getting a piece of the cake, and that does disrupt some of the pricing predictions. But having said that, we still believe it's a very, very attractive and lucrative market for us. But thank you very much, and we look forward to your participation in future AGMs.
Thank you, madam. We will go to the next speaker, Atanu Saha from Kolkata. May I request Atanu Saha to unmute yourself, switch on your camera and speak, please. As there is no response from Mr. Atanu Saha, we will go to the next speaker, Dilip Kumar Jain from Jaipur. Dilip Kumar Jain. Mr. Dilip Kumar Jain, please unmute yourself, switch on your camera and speak, please. Mr. Dilip Kumar Jain. As there is no response from Mr. Dilip Kumar Jain, we will move on to the next speaker, Hiranand Kotwani from Kalyan. Hiranand Kotwani from Kalyan.
Yes, Namaskar. I am audible?
Yeah, you are audible, sir. You can proceed with your question, please.
Okay. Are you visible also? No.
You are not visible, sir. You can proceed with your question, sir.
Mr. Kotwani?
Hiranand Kotwani ji.
Just there's some problem. Technical issues are there, gentlemen. Are you audible?
You are
Yes,
audible, sir. You can proceed with your question, sir. Don't
Okay, I will just good not to go touch the video because it creates problem. Certainly, namaskara to all. It is a great pleasure to join you from Kalyan. This company is very dear to me, certainly. But you said, madam, affordable. In every speech, I have seen the affordable. But certainly, in the past, some prices are not reduced. No medicine has reduced the price, even the insulin and other drugs. How is it affordable?
So, sir,
And now, what is our hello?
let me answer that question by telling you, if you remember what the cost of insulin was before we developed insulin, it was 10 times this price. If you know what the
I
price
see.
of trastuzumab was, it used to cost 2,50,000 per dose in India. Today it is less than 20,000. In fact, in many cases, the drugs that we are making today, which used to be in the 2 lakh range, are now costing 10 to 15,000. I think that is what is affordable. I hope you will appreciate that and agree with me that when you reduce it to these kind of price levels, it is very affordable.
Mr. Hiranand Kotwani, I think we lost his audio, madam. We will go to the next speaker, Mr. Jaydeep Bakshi from Kolkata. Mr. Jaydeep Bakshi from Kolkata. Mr. Jaydeep Bakshi from Kolkata. No response from Jaydeep Bakshi. We will go to the next speaker, Shailesh Mahadeva from Mumbai. Shailesh Mahadeva. No response from Shailesh Mahadeva. We will go to the next speaker, Satish Jayantilal Shah from Mumbai. Satish Jayantilal Shah from Mumbai. No response. We will go to the next speaker, Hariram Chaudhary from Mumbai. Hariram Chaudhary from Mumbai. Hariram Chaudhary, no response. Next speaker is Tamal Kumar Majumdar from Kolkata. Tamal Kumar Majumdar. Mr. Tamal Kumar Majumdar. No response from Tamal Kumar Majumdar. We will go to the next speaker, Badri Vishal Bajaj from Hyderabad. Mr. Badri Vishal Bajaj. Badri Vishal Bajaj from Hyderabad. No response from Mr. Badri Vishal Bajaj. We will go to the next speaker, Rajendra Jamna Das Sheth from Thane. Rajendra Jamna Das Sheth. No response from Rajesh Jamna Das Sheth. Next speaker, Gaurav Liladhar Rozatkar from Pune. Mr. Gaurav ji. No response from Mr. Gaurav. We will move to the next speaker, Nalini Venkataraman from Chennai. Nalini Venkataraman. No response from Nalini. We will go to the next speaker, Davinder Kaur. Davinder Kaur. No response from Davinder Kaur. Next speaker is Ramesh Shankar Golla from Hyderabad. Ramesh Shankar Golla. No response from Ramesh Shankar Golla. We will go to the next speaker, P. Jaychand from Chennai. P. Jaychand from Chennai. No response. Next speaker is Kirti Shah from Mumbai. Kirti Shah from Mumbai. No response. Next speaker is Tapas Kumar Datta from Howrah. Tapas Kumar Datta from Howrah. No response. Last speaker of the day, Prathamesh Vikas Dakwe. Prathamesh Vikas Dakwe. Mr. Prathamesh Vikas Dakwe ji.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, you can proceed
Yeah.
with the question, please.
Yeah. I am a joint holder of Prathamesh Vikas Dakwe, Mrs. Vasudha Vikas Dakwe. I am talking on behalf of him. Respected Chairman, Sir, Board of Directors, and my fellow shareholders, myself Vasudha from Thane. I would like to congratulate our company secretary for sending me the soft copy of the report well in advance, which itself is clear and transparent. Most of the question was asked at previous shareholder. I could not take much time. Only one thing I would like to ask: what is our attrition rate? And please look into the matter of unclaimed dividend amount, as it is the hard and fast money of the minority shareholder which is going to IEPF fund. With this, I support all the resolution. Thank you very much and wish the company all the best for coming financial years, and my best wishes for coming all the festivals during the month of Shravan and Bhadrapad. Thank you very much, sir. Ma'am.
Thank you,
Ma'am,
Ms.
with this, we have concluded all the
No,
questions.
one minute.
Okay.
I would like to thank Mr. Dakwe for the questions, and we will certainly listen to unclaimed dividends. We would like to inform you that the attrition is now coming, reducing significantly across all our companies, and we are, tracking below industry attrition levels. So with that, I would like to thank all the shareholders who have participated in this Q&A. And for those of you who have additional questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to our secretariat. With this, I would like to basically say that members may note that the e-voting will be available for the next 15 minutes on the KFin Technologies Limited website. I would now like to state that the meeting now stands concluded, and I thank all the shareholders for attending the 45th Annual General Meeting of the company. I would now request all the directors, invitees, and shareholders to kindly log out. Thank you.